Call to order this City Council regular meeting for the City of Wyoming, Minnesota, July 19th, 2022. Let the record reflect we do have a quorum. Member Luker, Member Onstead, Member Yeager, and Mayor Iverson are present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, open forum is the first thing on our agenda. Janine, do you have anything for open forum?
Yeah, I think you'd be interested.
All right, we'll move on then. Thank you. Number 1, approval of minutes. Consider approving the minutes of the regular meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for July 5th, 2022. If there are no comments or questions, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by Member Luker. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Consent agenda number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Does anybody wish to pull an item from the consent agenda? If not, we need a motion to approve. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion to approve by Member Onstad. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Luker. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Acknowledgement receipt of reports of officers, boards, commissions, and department heads. Number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Does anybody wish to pull an item from the reports? Hearing none, we'll move on to number 11, communications, 2022 East Viking Boulevard Improvement Project Update Letter to Property Owners. Mr. Erickson, are you taking this one? Or Mr. Linwood?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. We've talked about this for some time related to whether or not these improvements would move forward this year, and as we progress through the construction season. Right now, if we were to get authorization at the first meeting in August, we would likely be able to award a contract at the first meeting in September. Typically get contracts out, we'd be starting the latter part of September, and from what I'm hearing, it's taking 6 weeks to get structures and things, and it puts us at the end of the construction season. And so staff wanted to make sure we inform property owners what the schedule looks like now, and really wanted to just share with them information. I know that we've been holding off for a while, and I think we're at a point now where we can't move forward with construction this construction season, that we're recommending moving forward with construction next season, and just wanted to make sure property owners were informed of what the new schedule looks like.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from council? None? All right, thank you for that. We hope they understand, and I'm sure once this goes out, there might be a few phone calls, but hopefully they'll understand. All right, we will move on to new business number 12, to consider resolution 220764, a resolution ordering the preparation of plans and specifications for the Lift Station 8 and Force Main Improvement Project. Mr. Almgeld, are you taking this, or, Mr. Erickson, all right.
I'll take this one as well. Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. You're aware that the preliminary plat has been prepared for Avery Estates. We've been working with the developer really for some time, and really it dates back quite a while where we've looked at this development, and we've talked with Mr. Almgeld in the past, and we have a downstream lift station that needed new pumps, and so we've tried to hold off on the installation of those new pumps as long as we possibly can, because it's never come to fruition with the development. Now we are at a stage now where we have a preliminary plat approved. They've just resubmitted plans today that identify the revisions per our comments. We've had a number of meetings with the county and MnDOT related to the intersection improvements for the commercial entrance, and they have a strong desire to really push forward and start with one of the apartment buildings at a minimum, knowing that it takes a little bit of time to get that constructed. And so staff is really wanting to look at and evaluate moving forward with the improvement of the force main and the lift station itself. We've looked at a number of different alternatives: upsizing the lift station pumps only, upsizing the discharge force main only, looking at a combination of the lift station and discharge force main, upsizing the lift station pumps and the structure itself. We've looked at all kinds of different scenarios, and some of those require electrical changes. And so we've really looked at identifying the most efficient and cost-effective means to improve that, and that involves increasing the force main size as well as replacing the pumps in that lift station. Fortunately, we've planned ahead, and we know that the lift station pumps that have been recently added to that lift station can be relocated and put into the Glen Oak, which is the next lift station that needs to be upgraded, and we can just simply move those pumps to that location. So we are recommending moving forward with the authorization to prepare plans and specifications. We know that we are moving forward with the trunk water main project that would be constructed next spring. That is a trenchless technology that will be constructed underneath the freeway. We won't be open excavating. Similarly, we know the force main project also will be a trenchless type of construction and would have the same type of contractor. And so we really think it makes sense to combine those projects and be prepared for growth and the development that we've recently approved. I know we have a little bit of time, but we know that they're going to be moving forward with that commercial aspect here real soon as well. And so we think it's prudent to move forward with this project as well. And so staff is recommending authorization to prepare plans and specifications for the Lift Station 8 Force Main Improvement Project.
Thank you. Mr. Erickson, just a couple of questions. We know that their plan is for 2 apartment buildings eventually and possibly a hotel.
Right.
So with that lift station, that'll take care of all of that as well?
Yeah,
So there shouldn't be any issues?
It will be designed to accommodate all of the future growth in that entire service area.
Oh,
Correct.
great. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's all the questions I have. Member Luker, do you have any questions?
I don't.
Member Onstad?
I was curious about the trenchless system. What is the depth? What's the diameter? And will it have any impact on traffic?
Yeah, so that's the benefit of some of the trenchless technology, right? Where we're able, the water main will be a 12-inch trunk water main underneath the freeway. And the force main is actually only changing from a 4-inch to a 6-inch. And so that does include going underneath the river as well. And so that is part of the reason why we recommend moving forward with just the stretch to be trenchless construction, directionally drilled pipe, and we'll be able to do that with keeping traffic open.
Excellent.
All right, and Member Yeager?
What parts of the city does Lift Station 8 already service?
So it services like the village, McDonald's, that northwest quadrant there in the city.
Does it go all the way down to it looks like it goes all the way down to Timber Ridge?
So that actually is served by a different lift station that does connect into the juncture where it goes right where Mr. Linwood has his cursor there. A little bit to the southeast, you can see a force main, no, just north. They both force mains connect right there and then go underneath the freeway.
Okay,
And
so that's a second
everything
lift station
there is to the north is simply accommodating the village, McDonald's, the gas station, a few businesses on the other side of the freeway there.
Oh, okay. So since the upgrades are basically needed to accommodate the commercial portion of the development, will the developer help pay for the improvements, or can Arpa funds be used as we're doing with the water main?
So, good question. The developer is paying in their whack and sack. That really would be to identify to cover these trunk infrastructure improvements. So that'll be well over, I believe, well over $1 million, if my memory serves me right, the number of units. And so they will be contributing heavily towards the overall improvements. It won't be direct towards the construction project itself, but it will be through those whack and sack connection fees, the water availability and sewer availability charges.
Correct. I think Mr. Erickson stated that well in regards to those. We haven't obviously received an application in for those apartments, but all of that development will, as he stated, those whack and sack fees will go towards that. In regards to the ARPA funds, this project would be ARPA eligible. For this one, we're not recommending ARPA. With a very healthy balance in our sewer reserve fund, we would just be using sewer reserves. At our end of our 2021 audit, we had approximately $2.5 million in reserves of our sewer fund. our reserve policy is 50% of that for operations of the upcoming year, which our operating budget for 2021 was 1.25. So really our necessary reserves on hand would have to be 600,000. So we're quite healthy there. So we would be recommending to use reserves on this project.
Cool. And, not that I think this development's not going to go through, but in the unlikely event that it doesn't go through, will we be overbuilt or will we just not do the project?
So, good, I guess a fair question. We will have plans and specifications prepared. We probably won't actually go out for bid until January timeline, sometimes early in 2023. And we will have an opportunity to hold those bids for a certain period of time until we feel comfortable that the development is moving forward. We have all indications that they are. I know they're working through a couple of issues that they've run into right now, but they're working through those. I had a meeting earlier today with a gentleman from Bowser who's working with them on their wetland bank, and they're moving forward with that as well. So all indications are that they are moving forward. We just received plans and specifications today, and they want to start construction like as fast as they can, but there's always, of course, things that get in the way that they're kind of working through right now. But hopefully by then we know that the development is moving forward and we'll be comfortable recommending award. Of course, we also know that in order for the property to develop, this does need to be completed as well. And so there would be a discussion point at some point before we award a contract, whether the development moves forward or not, whether it's wise to be prepared for development, knowing that it will at some point be constructed.
Okay. That's all I had.
I will say this, as Wyoming is being built out, being able to have flexibility of if this doesn't go through, which I am not anticipating that happening, but it will give us flexibility of some type of expansion somewhere on that side, and we definitely need that. So very excited to be having this moving forward. So with that, I am going to move to approve Resolution 22-0764, a resolution ordering the preparation of plans and specifications for the Lift Station 8 and Force Main Improvement Project. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Luker. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. All right, we're going to move right into council reports, and we will start with Member Yeager.
I attended last night's sewer commission meeting. Thank you, Dean, for coming, and thank you all for watching.
Okay, Member Onstad?
I only attended the Warhead Challenge. Otherwise, I have no report.
All right, and Member Luker.
I attended the Park Advisory Commission meeting on the 12th, I believe, and that's all I have. Thank you.
And I attended the EDA meeting, and I'm excited for some of the things that we're looking to do as an EDA. I also attended the Joint Sewer Commission last night, and as always, that's very interesting. And last but not least, if I'm thinking maybe Mr. Linwood, just some commentary about the Dairy Queen, because I think residents are a little concerned about Wyoming not having a Dairy Queen.
Certainly. You probably noticed on Monday, there was construction began on the removal of the tanks and the demolition of the gas station portion near the Dairy Queen. To follow, there will be a demolition of that Dairy Queen as well. So there will be a portion of time where it will not be up, but never fear, it will be being rebuilt, bigger and better. So it will be a nicer version of it is, and then they'll also have room for an additional pad for a potential other commercial use in there, potentially another restaurant type use. So that's yet to be determined, but it is moving forward on that demolition side. As you can see the activity over there as you drive by, but it will be rebuilt.
That's great. I mean, if we think about that area right now, the new stoplight, and then having that new building, and it's really kind of coming together really nice as you come into Wyoming, and it'll be even better when we get our Veterans Memorial in the park. So it's just very warming and welcoming as people come in. So thank you for that.
I do have a question about that. How much cleanup will be required for the gas station? Because you don't know, has it been cleared or determined whether anything leaked out of those?
Anytime there's removal of tanks, and I can let Mr. Erickson talk about this, but the MPCA is involved in this, and they are over there doing inspections through the demolition and the removal of those tanks. So that's a necessary component, and the company that's removing that put in a permit with the city, and we have our due diligence to make sure if they didn't, to contact the MPCA. So they have been present during the removal.
Yeah, I mean, I just noticed in the past, many gas stations turned into toxic waste sites because of leakage and stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't have any indication yet that that's the case, but that can happen where there is gas leaking, and if there is the contamination, they need to take the necessary steps on the soil remediation, things like that. But as of right now, we haven't had any information that that's the case.
But just to be clear, we are aware, they've taken the steps, so residents are not in danger of anything,
No, they're
right?
they're going through the proper steps. Yep.
Okay.
The Minnesota Pollution Control is there actively there doing inspections.
Okay, sounds great, thank you. Chief Bauer, just real quick, National Night Out, that's coming up really quickly, 2 weeks. So anything you'd like to talk about that?
Yeah, a lot of good events planned. We've got bouncy houses as usual. We have squad cars, fire trucks. A lot of good events to get out and meet residents from the community, meet officers, firefighters in the area. Looking forward to it. Should be a good time.
Great, and I'm not being tasered this year, I'm not
Well,
being.
that's up to you. Yeah, yeah. So no then? Yeah.
So, all right, great. All right, I think that is all we have, although I do want to put a plug in really quick for Stagecoach Days, because that's 2 months away. So I think we need to get that out there as well. So, all right, so with that, Mr. Sandstrom, I'm sorry that you couldn't be here longer in our city, but thanks for coming all the way out here. So it's nice to meet you. All right, so we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion to adjourn by Member Luker. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Member